Alright, so at this point, I'm going to start the black cream that I use to do my eyes. Yes, I use a black cream. Now, in order to do this technique, you're going to have to get a fine point brush. And believe it or not, I go to Sam Flax and get mine. I'll go ahead and start, wet my cream, get my cream ready. And I start in the corner of my eye. And I do like a Nike check. I come straight down, and it's far. It's almost the length that I come down is almost the entire width of my eye. And then I swoop it over. I come down into the corner of the eye, going towards the bridge to make a point. And just when you think it's not enough point, or just when you think it is enough point, it's really not. Bring that point down closer. Your eyes are gonna look twice the size they are right now. And mind you, when you're using a cream black, it's a no mistakes type of deal. When you make a mistake with this cream black, and you're not skilled with using it, yeah, it's a done deal. So make sure when you're using this that you practice first with the black cream, because you are going to make a mistake. If you've never used it and you're not used to using it. I'll go up into my eye, onto the top of the eye, and then I'll come back down. I'm pretty anal about it. I like to make sure everything's perfect. Lots of times I'll end up doing one eye almost entirely before I even start the other one. But when I get to the outer corner of my eye, I'll take the brush and I'll do a line, a swooping, like a swish line straight out. And that line will get further out and actually feather off, because I'll lift the end of my brush, and you'll see that as I do it. But here I'm just going back and forth. Here just meeting the front corner point around with the end of the black contour. My head moves too. I just noticed that. That's weird. It's kind of funny. I guess that's what makes an individual an individual. But anyways, here we go with the swoosh. And now I'm coming down to the corner of the nose again. That way I can make my lines meet. Remember how I said I'll start a line here and then start a line over there, and then I'll make them meet, like connect the dots? I'm very that. A lot of the things I do are just over and over and over. I could probably cut off 30 to 45 minutes of my paint job if I just wasn't so anal about going back over and over things. It takes me about 3 hours from start to finish with hair and walking out the door. A good 3 hours. I estimate 4, because I like to relax and walk around, pet my dog, text message, whatever, and not be rushed. I've met the back with the front. Now I'm just going over it. Yes, my hand's in my way. When I go over the lid, I like to start, I'll look in the mirror and see exactly where the top of when my eye is looking straight at the mirror at myself, I like for my black line to start even with the top of my eye. So I'll go at the top of my eye with that black. See how far it's getting up on my eye? If I stand there straight on and look into the mirror, that black is going to go right over my entire eye, and then it's going to go straight across over to the eye pole. That way when my eye is open, the entire lid is going to be black. So that's why I said earlier, my makeup is so big, my eye makeup is so big that I literally have a black lid and a white lid at the same time. It's fierce. I'll start. I'll get that line going here, and then I'll go back over to the edge, and I'll start a line there, and like I said before, connect the dots. I'll meet them in the middle. See how that black line is when I'm looking at myself. It's right above my actual eyelid opening, like when my eyes are open. Like you can actually still see the black above my eye. But that's as far as it goes. There went the swoop. And here goes this one. It's a swoop motion and just little bitty motions. It's not one fell swoop from one corner to the edge of my eye. See how I went swoopy, swoop, swoop, swoop? And at the very, and as each time I'm swooping, I'm lifting off the end to give it a feathered appearance. Now I took what's on the brush, a little bit of that black cream, and I connected that contoured line. But I did not go all the way up it. See how I'm barely going up that line. I just want to give it a connection. I don't want a black line, a black crease line. It actually doesn't get much darker than what you see it is now with that rust color. And there went the line for the lid. See how I'm now starting to connect them? And eventually that line will go all the way back to where I connected the long black pull to the crease line. So you see my entire lid will soon be black. And I'll still have as much a white lid as most queens do when it's just the white lid. It's kind of neat. This is drama painting for the gods. Getting in there and getting real close and precise. This is, for me, it's not a race. I'm very particular. That's why a lot of girls take 45 minutes, an hour to get ready. It takes me 2 hours to paint. An hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, but 2 hours safe just to paint. And that's okay. I've been doing this for a very long time. I'm not in a rush, like I said. If you can paint in 45 minutes, kudos. And I'll step back a lot because I want to make sure everything is consistent. Sometimes I have a hand mirror and I'll look at the side profiles just to make sure. See how the line connected? Now I'm connecting it from the line above my eye all the way over to the crease line where it connected with the black pullback. I'm going to write a book about all my lingo. Everything I've named. Now just go and color in. The outline has been made. Now it's just time to color in. And the reason why I use black cream, if you were wondering, is because it goes on black. It don't go on gray. And it don't go on black and then turn gray. It goes on black and stays black. How do I get the edges to look soft? That's coming up. Just being anal, adding more to that connection. Here we go. We're going to connect it right there. You saw it here first on YouTube. And I would rather it be too low than too high. So, as you can see right here, it was too low, so I'm going up slightly and precisely. And when I tell you this brush is a fine brush, it's probably only got 50 little hairs in it. This look kind of makes me look very Asian fish. And I like that. Now, I never thought about it before, but you could actually outline and leave your lid of that part just white, and that might be pretty cool too. Like that. But I've never done it, so we're just gonna cover this up. I don't whenever I'm getting ready for a gig, I do not I don't experiment. I don't go outside my box, and I do a lot of experimenting, but it's never when I have a gig to do, because 9 times out of 10 I may not like what I'm doing and I'm screwed. Here it is. I'm pulling the eye pull out a little bit more to make sense. And now I look like a raccoon. Gorgeous!